Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Learn and Talk English. I'm Emily, and I'm absolutely thrilled you're joining us for a fun and practical episode.
And I'm Marcus. We've got an exciting show for you today. We'll dive into essential phrases and vocabulary for dining at home, like setting the table, and also for eating out at a restaurant. Stick with us till the end, because we'll have a quick quiz, and we want you to share your answers in the comments.
Marcus, our friends will arrive soon. Could you help me set the table?
Of course! Where's the silverware?
It's in the cupboard. Could you put out the fancy silverware tonight? I want everything to feel special.
Absolutely. I'll also grab the steak knives, just in case someone wants them. Should I put out the wine glasses too?
Yes. And don't forget the gravy boat for the sauce. We might need a few sauces as well, but only if you think we'll need them for bread or extra sides.
Got it. Speaking of home dining terms, why don't we share some useful vocabulary with our listeners right now?
Great idea, Marcus.
First up is silverware. This usually refers to forks, spoons, and knives made of metal.
Next, utensils can include any tools for eating or cooking, plastic, wood, or metal.
We also use the phrase set the table, which means arranging the plates, silverware, and glasses on the table.
Then there's put out, which means placing items where they can be used. For example, please put out the bread plates.
Placemat is a small mat you put under your plate.
And cupboard is basically where you store dishes or food.
A steak knife is a sharper or serrated knife, great for cutting meat.
Saucer is a small dish, often placed under a teacup or used for sauces.
A gravy boat is shaped like a little boat for serving gravy or sauce.
The serving dish is a larger dish used to hold or serve food to multiple people.
Finally, wine glasses are, of course, for serving wine.
Now here's a question for our listeners. Which of these home dining terms do you use most often in your daily life? Let us know in the comments. Dinner at home was great, Marcus, but let's head out for another meal at this new restaurant.
Sounds amazing. Let's go. Now, let us assume that we are in the restaurant. Emily, please start.
Hi, we'd like a table for two, please. We don't have a reservation.
Yes. Do you have any availability?
Sure, follow me. Here are your menus. May I get you any drinks?
I'll have water, please.
Same here, thank you.
Marcus, what do you recommend? Any specials?
It says here the special is a seafood pasta. I might try that. How about you?
I'm craving something lighter. I'll have the grilled chicken as my main course. Let's share an appetizer. How about a salad?
Perfect.
After they finish eating,
That was delicious. Could we get the check, please?
Yes, and we should leave a tip. The service was excellent.
Let's review the restaurant words we just used.
Menu. The list of dishes and drinks available.
Appetizer. A small dish before the main course.
Main course. The primary dish in your meal.
Dessert. A sweet treat at the end of the meal.
Bill or check. The total cost of your meal.
Tip. Extra money you leave for the service.
Reservation. Booking a table in advance.
Specials. Dishes or deals offered for a limited time.
Waiter or waitress. The person who takes your order and serves your food.
We also heard, I'll have the... For ordering, what do you recommend? To ask for suggestions, and could we get the check? For when you want to pay.
Here's a question for our listeners about restaurant vocabulary. If you had to choose one phrase to remember from today's restaurant section, which would it be? Comment below with your choice. Now let's practice some sentences. We'll say a phrase, then pause so you can repeat. Ready?
Could we get the check, please? I'll have the pasta, please. Set the table. Just in case. Do you have any specials?
Go ahead and repeat them aloud now. Time for a quick quiz to test your knowledge. I'll ask 2 questions, then Marcus will ask one more. Share your answers in the comments. Question 1. Which item is used to serve sauces? A. Placemat. B. Gravy boat. C. Steak knife. Question 2. What phrase do you use at a restaurant when you want to pay? A. Do you have any specials? B. Could we get the check? C. I'll have the soup.
Great questions, Emily. Now mine. Question 3. How do you politely order your meal? A. I'll take a plate. B. Hey, give me steak. C. I'll have the steak, please.
We can't wait to see your answers in the comments.
Before we sign off, we have something extra to look forward to. In our next segment, our friend Maria will share some fascinating cultural differences regarding food types in different cultures and how tipping works around the world.
That's right. And after Maria finishes, our linguistic experts, Olivia and Jack, will dive deeper into these topics, discussing why some cultures tip more than others, the meaning behind certain traditional dishes, and how these dining customs shape our language use.
We hope you're as excited as we are for that upcoming discussion. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on our episodes. Your feedback helps us improve and reach more English learners.
Yes, and don't forget to stay tuned. Listening to this podcast multiple times will really help you absorb the vocabulary and phrases. Practice them with your friends or family, role-play, setting the table, or ordering in a restaurant.
We'll see you next time with Maria, Olivia, and Jack. Thank you so much for joining us on Learn and Talk English today.
Until then, keep practicing, stay curious, and we can't wait to hear your comments. Bye for now.
Hello everyone, my name is Maria, and I'm excited to share with you a brief journey through different cultures, focusing on the food that brings people together and the tipping traditions that vary around the world. Over the years, I've traveled extensively, meeting new faces and enjoying countless meals. Through these experiences, I've learned that food is more than simple nourishment. It's a window into people's hearts and histories. And tipping? It often reveals deeper values and social customs than most of us realize. One of my earliest trips took me to Italy, where vibrant trattorias serve dishes like pasta carbonara and margherita pizza, all using the freshest ingredients. Italians often include a coperto, cover charge, in the bill, so tipping is optional but still appreciated if you enjoyed your meal. It's more about gratitude than obligation. I then spent time in France, where lazy afternoon lunches and classic dishes like coq au vin and crêpe are savored slowly. Tipping usually means rounding up or adding a little extra if the service was exceptional. Because many French establishments include a service charge, big tips aren't strictly expected, though they're certainly welcome as a kind gesture. By contrast, in the United States, tipping is central to the dining experience. It's common to leave 15% to 20% or more, and many servers depend on those tips for a large portion of their wages. From diners dishing up towering cheeseburgers to sophisticated farm-to-table spots, the food scene is diverse, but so is the expectation that you'll recognize good service in your tip. Japan, however, stands apart. Tipping is often considered unnecessary or even impolite. Traditional customs dictate that providing excellent service is simply the standard, so handing extra money might feel awkward. Instead, a sincere arigato gozaimasu, thank you, is enough to show gratitude. In the Middle East, feasts begin with an assortment of mezze, like hummus, tabbouleh, and baba ganoush, meant to be shared by all. Tipping policies can vary, but leaving around 10% to 15% is normal in many areas. Warmth and hospitality are essential, so the gesture of tipping, while appreciated, often comes second to genuine friendliness. Over in China, communal dishes encourage bonding and politeness, with chopstick etiquette taking center stage. Historically, tipping wasn't common. These days, modern or tourist-focused spots might accept tips more readily, reflecting broader cultural shifts. But in traditional restaurants, your money could be politely refused. Mexico offers an entirely different flavor, with lively gatherings featuring tacos al pastor, chiles en nogada, and mariachi tunes. Tipping usually sits around 10% to 15%, though a bit more generosity is never frowned upon, particularly if you've received warm, attentive service. Why do these customs matter? Because they shed light on each culture's beliefs about hospitality, community, and reward for good service. Whether you're used to tipping 20% in New York, not tipping at all in Tokyo, or leaving a few euros in Rome, you're stepping into a local tradition formed by both economic and social forces. I encourage you, as you explore different countries or welcome visitors to your own, to notice these diverse practices. You'll gain insights into how cultures blend generosity, politeness, and shared values at the dinner table. After all, the world's variety is best experienced through the dishes we taste and the thoughtful ways we show our appreciation. Thank you for listening to my stories. I hope they spark your curiosity and inspire you to try new foods, adapt to local customs, and connect with people through the universal language of a shared meal. If you're ever unsure about tipping, just ask a local or follow the lead of those around you. Your open mind and gracious attitude will speak volumes. Now please stay tuned as our linguistic experts Olivia and Jack delve deeper into how language ties into these cultural norms, why certain phrases exist in one place and not another, and how we can modify our communication styles to fit different scenarios. If you're eager to learn more about bridging cultures and understanding unspoken social cues, don't go anywhere. Finally, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. We'd love to hear about your own tipping adventures or memorable dining experiences. Thank you for joining me in this cultural exploration. Let's keep discovering, learning, and savoring the world together.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Learn and Talk English podcast.
Hello. Great to be here.
Today, we're going to talk about something really useful. Vocabulary for dining, eating, and also tipping customs.
That's right. Things you need to know, whether you're eating at someone's home or out at a restaurant.
Exactly. And understanding this can just make you feel a bit more comfortable, especially if you're in an English-speaking place or with people from other cultures.
Definitely. And we'll take it slow and make sure everything's clear for all our learners.
Perfect. So let's start simple. Imagine you're at home, maybe helping get ready for dinner.
Okay.
Someone might ask you to set the table.
Ah, yes. Set the table.
It just means putting everything needed for the meal onto the table, right?
Yeah.
Plates, glasses.
And silverware. That's a key word. Silverware.
Silverware. That's your knives, forks, spoons, all those metal things you eat with.
Correct. And you might also hear the word cutlery.
Cutlery.
Yep, cutlery. It's basically the same thing as silverware, just another word for it.
Okay, so silverware or cutlery. Let's say that again. Cutlery.
Cutlery. Good. Now, there's another kind of more general term, too. Utensils.
Utensils. How is that different?
Well, utensils includes silverware, but it's broader. It can mean serving spoons, spatulas, other kitchen tools, too, sometimes.
Ah, okay. And how do you say that?
Stress the middle bit. Utensils.
Utensils. Got it. Utensils.
So when you're setting the table, you need to put out the plates and glasses.
Put out. Like place them on the table, ready for use.
Exactly. Could you put out the napkins, for example?
Yeah.
Put out. Okay. Another thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see a mat under each plate.
Oh, yeah. A placemat.
Placemat. Good for keeping the table clean.
Protects it from heat, too. And the stress there is on the first part. Placemat.
Placemat.
Placemat. Easy enough.
And where do we keep all these plates and glasses when we're not using them?
Usually in a cupboard.
A cupboard, exactly. Like a cabinet in the kitchen. And remember the spelling, C-U-P-B-O-A-R-D, but that P is silent.
Right. Cupboard, not cupboard.
Cupboard.
Okay, good.
So,
Okay, back to the silverware or cutlery if you're having steak.
you need a special knife, a steak knife.
Steak knife. Sharper than a normal dinner knife, usually. Steak knife.
Mm-hmm. And for drinks, well, you have different glasses. Water glasses.
And maybe wine glasses.
Wine glasses, yes.
Yeah.
Often with that long stem. Remember the I sound, Y-I-N? Wine glass.
Wine glasses, okay. What about the little plate that goes under a teacup?
That's a saucer.
Saucer. Stress is on the first bit.
Yep. S-A-U, sir. Saucer.
Saucer, okay. And if there's gravy...
You might use a gravy boat. It's a little pitcher for pouring the gravy.
A gravy boat. Makes sense. Stress on gravy and boat.
You got it. gravy boat.
And for food that everyone shares, like mashed potatoes or salad.
That would go in a serving dish,
Mm.
a larger dish for everyone to take food from.
Serving dish. Okay, serving dish.
Now here's a really useful little phrase. Just in case.
Just in case, meaning like as a precaution.
Exactly. Like, let's put out a few extra forks just in case more people arrive.
Okay, just in case. That's handy.
It is. And sometimes, for holidays or special meals, people use their fancy silverware.
Fancy silverware, meaning...
Like more decorative, maybe made of real silver, higher quality than the everyday stuff. Fancy just means elaborate or nice.
Fancy silverware.
Like to.
So maybe take a moment now, listeners. Think about your own table at home. Can you name the things on it in English? Placemat, silverware, cup.
Good practice. Okay, let's shift gears. What about eating out at a restaurant?
Right. Different situations, some different words. First thing you look at is the
Menu.
The menu, exactly. The list of food and drinks, and importantly, the prices. Stress is on he knew.
Menu. Okay, so you look at the menu. Maybe you want something small to start.
That would be an appetizer, or sometimes called a starter.
Appetizer or starter, like
Yeah.
soup or a small salad.
Exactly. Something before the main part of the meal. And it's AP pizza.
AP pizza, appetizer. Okay, then comes the
The main course, that's the biggest part of your meal. Your steak, your pasta dish, whatever it is.
main course. Stress on both words.
Yeah.
Main course. Perfect. Main course.
And hopefully you saved room for
Dessert, the sweet part at the end. Cake, ice cream.
dessert. And the stress here is
On the end, dessert.
dessert. Dessert. Got it.
Okay, meal's finished. Time to pay. You ask for the bill.
Bill or check. Is there a difference?
Meaning the same thing. The paper showing what you owe. But check is much more common in the U.S.
Ah, okay. So check in the U.S.
And a bill is more common in the U.K. and other places. Good
Ah.
to know both. Bill, check.
Bill. Check. And after you pay, especially in some countries, you might leave a tip.
A tip, yes. Extra money for the server, for good service. Often it's a percentage, maybe 15%, 20%. Tip.
Tip. We'll talk more about that later because it's complicated.
Very. Okay, what if the restaurant is really busy? You might need to make a...
Reservation. Book a table in advance.
Exactly, a reservation. And the stress is way at the end.
Mm.
Reservation.
Reservation.
Reservation, okay.
Sometimes the waiter might tell you about the specials.
Specials, what are those? Dishes that aren't on the regular menu. Maybe they're using seasonal ingredients or it's just for that day.
Despecials.
Specials.
Zibideshals.
Specials. Good to ask about those.
Definitely. And the person bringing your food.
That's the waiter if it's a man.
Or waitress, if it's a woman.
Waiter. Waitress? Is there a word for both?
Yes. Server. That works for anyone. Server.
Server, okay. Waiter, waitress, server.
Now, some useful phrases for ordering. A really common way is, I'll have the.
I'll have the chicken soup, please.
Perfect. Polite and clear. Let's repeat. I'll have the chicken soup, please.
I'll have the chicken soup, please.
Okay.
And asking for the bill check.
You can say, could we get the check, please? Or can we have the bill?
Could we get the check? Can we have the bill? Both sound polite.
They are. Repeat them. Could we get the check?
Could we get the check?
Can we have the bill?
Can we have the bill? Good. What if I don't know what's good?
Ask the server. What do you recommend? What do you recommend? That's a great question. Let's say it again. What do you recommend?
What do you recommend? And if you want to know about those special dishes...
You ask, do you have any specials?
Exactly. Do you have any sparrows? Repeat that.
Do
Do you have any specials?
Great. A good way to practice this is to find a menu online, maybe from an American or British restaurant.
And pretend to order using these phrases.
Yeah. I'll have the appetizer.
Yeah.
What do you recommend for the main course? It really helps build confidence.
Good idea. Okay, so we mentioned the tip earlier. Let's talk about tipping customs now. This is where it gets really interesting and varied.
It really does. Tipping, giving that extra money for service, is handled so differently around the world. It's very cultural.
So where should we start? Maybe Italy.
Okay, Italy. Generally, tipping isn't expected or required in the same way as in some other places.
Why is that?
Often, your bill will already include something called a coperto.
Coperto, what's that?
It's like a cover charge per person. Or you might see servizio, a service charge. So service is sometimes included.
It can be. So leaving a huge extra tip isn't standard. But if the service was really good, leaving a few extra euros is a nice gesture, definitely appreciated. But not, obligatory.
Okay, a few euros, maybe. What about France? Similar.
Pretty similar, actually. Often the menu will say service comprise, meaning service is included.
Service comprise. Okay.
So again, big tips aren't the norm. Rounding up the bill or,
Wow, 15, 20%. That's significant. So a very different model from Italy or France.
Completely different economic model for service workers there. It's just how the system works.
Okay, now let's go somewhere completely different. Japan.
Ah, Japan. Fascinating contrast. Tipping in Japan is generally, well, it can be seen as rude.
Rude? Really?
Yes. The culture emphasizes providing excellent service as part of the job with pride. Offering extra money can almost imply that they don't do a good job normally or that their employer doesn't pay them properly.
So no tip at all.
In most restaurants, bars, taxis, no tip. They might even politely refuse it if you try.
So how do you show appreciation?
A sincere arigato gozaimasu, thank you very much, is the best way. Politeness and respect are key.
Arigato gozaimasu. Good to remember. Okay, what about the Middle East, say Lebanon or the UAE?
It can vary a bit. Sometimes a service charge is automatically added to the bill, like in parts of Europe.
Okay.
If not, or even if it is sometimes, leaving a tip of around 10% to 15% is quite common in many places, especially in tourist areas or more upscale restaurants. So kind of in between the US and Japan.
sort of. But I'd say politeness, showing genuine appreciation verbally, that's also highly valued there. Maybe just as much as the money itself.
Interesting. Politeness counts a lot. Now, China. That's a huge country. Must be varied, too.
It is. Traditionally, tipping wasn't really a thing in China. In older, more traditional places, they might still refuse a tip.
Like Japan.
A bit, yeah. But it's changing. In big cities, tourist spots, and especially international hotels or high-end restaurants, tipping is becoming much more common and accepted now.
So it depends where you are in China.
Definitely. If you're unsure, maybe observe what others do or just stick to places catering more to international visitors if you want a tip.
Okay. One more. How about Mexico?
Mexico's customs are often closer to the U.S. model, actually.
Oh, really? So tipping is expected.
It's generally appreciated and quite common, yes.
Yeah.
Around 10% to 15% is a good guideline in restaurants.
10-15%. Okay.
Okay.
Similar to the U.S., but maybe slightly a lower percentage sometimes.
Yeah, maybe slightly lower than the U.S. standard sometimes, or people might just round up the bill generously. But leaving something is definitely the norm for good service. Generosity is appreciated.
It's amazing how different it all is. Just knowing this stuff feels important.
It really is. It's about showing respect for the local culture and the people providing the service. Doing a little research before you travel about tipping etiquette is always a smart move.
Definitely avoids awkward moments or accidentally offending someone.
Exactly. Knowing whether to tip, how much, when.
Yeah.
It just makes the whole dining experience smoother and more respectful.
So, wrapping up then, we've covered a lot today. Lots of vocabulary for eating.
Yep, silverware, utensils, placemats, cupboards, things at home.
And then restaurant words, menu, appetizer, main course, dessert, bill, check.
Waiter, waitress, server, reservation, specials. And those useful phrases like, I'll have the, or what do you recommend?
And crucially, we talked about tipping, how it really changes from country to country.
From the U.S., where it's vital income, to Japan, where it's often avoided, and all the variations in between.
It really highlights cultural differences.
It does. And remember, for English learners, the key is practice.
Absolutely. Try using these words. Maybe describe your dinner tonight in English, even just to yourself.
Or set the table and name everything. This is the fork, this is the knife, this is the placemat.
Every little bit helps make it feel more natural.
It really does. Don't be afraid to use the phrases when you order, even if it feels a bit scary at first. And keeping those tipping customs in mind shows real cultural awareness.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today on the Learn and Talk English podcast. We really hope this was helpful.
Yes, we hope you learned some useful things. Keep practicing, keep exploring.
And please stay tuned for more lessons. If you liked this, please like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content.
We look forward to talking with you again soon. Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.